Hey there, science fans! Have you ever wondered why planes sometimes fly over the North Pole? It's all about taking the shortest route. On a globe, the shortest distance often goes over the North Pole. Flying over the North Pole saves airlines time and fuel. Shorter flights mean lower costs, which is good for everyone. This is especially true for long-haul flights between cities in North America, Europe, and Asia. Of course, flying over the North Pole isn't as simple as flying in other parts of the world. Pilots need special training to deal with these conditions. So, next time you're on a long flight, take a moment to think about the route. You might just be flying over the top of the world. So, which cities are connected by these amazing polar flights? Many major hubs in the Northern Hemisphere benefit from these time-saving routes. Let's take a look at some examples. New York to Hong Kong. Instead of flying east across the Atlantic and then over Europe and Asia, airlines can fly north, passing close to the North Pole, and then descend towards Hong Kong, Chicago to Beijing. Another busy route connecting North America and Asia, this flight path also benefits from a more direct route over the Arctic. London to Tokyo. By flying north over Russia and the Arctic Ocean, airlines can shave off precious hours from this long-haul journey. Modern fuel-efficient aircraft like the Boeing 787 Dreamliner and the Airbus A350 are often chosen for their long-range capabilities and ability to handle the challenging conditions of polar flights. While flying over the North Pole offers a quicker route, it's not always smooth sailing. Geopolitics can have a significant impact on these flights, especially when it comes to Russia's airspace. Russia controls a vast amount of airspace in the Arctic region, and access to this airspace is crucial for many polar routes. In recent years, Russia has restricted access to its airspace for airlines from certain countries due to political tensions. This has led to longer flight times and increased fuel consumption for airlines that previously relied on these routes. For example, airlines flying from Europe to Asia often had to find alternative routes, adding hours to their flight times. These restrictions have economic and logistical consequences for airlines. The situation with Russia's airspace is fluid, and airlines have had to adapt their routes and operations accordingly. Section 4, the South Pole, a different story for aviation. While the North Pole sees its fair share of air traffic, the South Pole tells a different story. Unlike the North Pole, which is mostly covered by ice and surrounded by land masses, the South Pole sits on the continent of Antarctica, a vast icy landmass surrounded by a vast ocean. The Northern Hemisphere is home to a much larger population and more major cities, creating higher demand for air travel between these locations. The shorter distances over the North Pole make these routes economically viable for airlines. The Southern Hemisphere, on the other hand, has a smaller population and fewer major cities concentrated in the far southern latitudes. While the South Pole might not be a busy hub for commercial air travel, it still holds a sense of adventure and scientific importance, with research stations and occasional flights venturing into this extreme environment. Section 5. Daring flights over the bottom of the world. Though flights over the South Pole are rare, they have a fascinating history filled with daring exploration and scientific endeavor. One of the earliest recorded flights over Antarctica was made in 1929 by the American explorer Richard E. Byrd. Byrd's flight using a Ford tri-motor airplane marked a pivotal moment in Antarctic exploration, showcasing the potential of aviation in this remote region. In the years that followed, more flights ventured into Antarctic airspace, often in support of scientific research. During the International Geophysical Year of 1957 to 1958, numerous flights were conducted to study Antarctica's climate, geology, and wildlife. Even today, occasional flights operate over Antarctica primarily for scientific purposes or to transport personnel and supplies to research stations. These flights over the South Pole, both historical and present day, demonstrate the enduring human spirit of exploration and the vital role aviation plays in unlocking the secrets of our planet's most remote regions. Section 6. The challenges of flying near the South Pole. While the South Pole offers breathtaking beauty and scientific wonders, it also presents significant challenges for aviation. The extreme cold, unpredictable weather, and lack of infrastructure make flying in this region a complex and demanding endeavor. One of the most significant challenges is the extreme cold, with temperatures plummeting far below freezing. These frigid temperatures can affect aircraft performance, fuel efficiency, and even the functionality of critical systems. Pilots and crew need specialized training and equipment to operate safely in these conditions. Another challenge is the unpredictable weather. Antarctica is known for its sudden blizzards, strong winds, and limited visibility. Furthermore, the lack of infrastructure in Antarctica adds another layer of complexity. To address these challenges, aviation authorities have established strict regulations for flights in the Antarctic region. Section 7, SAS Pioneers of Polar Air Routes. When it comes to polar air travel, Scandinavian Airlines, or SAS, holds a special place in aviation history. In the 1950s, SAS became a pioneer in polar flights, connecting Europe and the west coast of North America via routes over Greenland and the Arctic. One of the most notable figures in SAS's polar aviation history is Einar Pedersen, a visionary pilot who played a crucial role in establishing these routes. In 1954, SAS launched its first commercial transpolar flight, connecting Copenhagen and Los Angeles with a stopover in Sondre Stromfjord, Greenland. This historic flight marked a significant milestone in aviation, demonstrating the feasibility of commercial air travel over the North Pole. Over the years, SAS continued to expand its polar network, adding new routes and connecting more cities in Europe, North America, and Asia. The airline's early ventures into the Arctic skies paved the way for the development of modern polar air travel, connecting distant corners of the world and highlighting the enduring human spirit of exploration and innovation.